Hello, friends. Rabbi Nathan Zaboulani here, learning with you again, Rabbi Yishak Arama on Parashat Bo, and we will be analyzing the hardening of Paro's heart. It's clear from the Pesukim that there was some kind of a divine involvement, intervention, motivation, manipulation, however you want to call it, in Hashem making it so that Paro would not let the Jewish people go. But many of the Mefarshim argue on exactly how that took place. How involved was God in that process? In what way was God involved? How did he do it? So we'll see a unique explanation of Rabbi Yitzchak Arama on that. But first, let's look at some of the Pesukim which describe this phenomenon taking place in Parashat Bo. Vayomer Adonai el Moshe, lo yishma elechem Paro. God is telling Moshe from the beginning, Paro is not going to listen to you. Leman rabot mofetai be'eretz Mitzrayim, so that I may spread my wonders on to Mitzrayim. Now, what exactly does that mean? What's the relationship between Paro saying no and God making more moftim and more of these miracles onto Mitzrayim? Moshe ve'Aaron asud kol moftim ha'ele lifnei Paro. Moshe and Aaron, they performed all of these in front of Paro. Ve'chazek Hashem et lev Paro, and God hardened the heart of Paro. Ve'lo shilach et bnei Yisrael me'aretzo, and he did not let the Jewish people go. A nice summary in our parasha Perek Yud Aleph of everything that took place. But over here, Rabbi Yitzchak Arama wants to notice something that a people might read this Pesukim and say, "Whoa, look, you Paro, you tricked God." Every single time God said, hey, let the Jewish people go, you said, okay, fine, just stop the Makkah. And then what happened? The Makkah ended. Moshe prayed, Moshe stopped, and then Paro didn't let them go. And he says, people might think that just like Paro or human beings can trick other human beings, Paro tricked Hashem. No, not so. These Pesukim tell you the exact opposite. It wasn't Paro that was fooling Hashem. It was actually Hashem that was kind of playing a game with Paro. How so? כלומר שהמופתים ההם עצמם היו עניין סרבנותו כמו שפירשנו כבר, ושכך נמשך המעשה כי משה ואהרון עשו כל המופתים האלה לפני פרעה, באופן שנשאר לו תמיד דבר שיפקפק. The moftim themselves were a cause of Paro refusing to let the Jews go. Why? Because every single time a Makkah came and went, there was some way, an excuse in which Paro figured out from it to say, no, Chas v'shalom, this wasn't from Hashem, or maybe that this wasn't real, or maybe this was a manipulation, and this is what led Paro to fool himself into not letting the Jewish people go and not believing in Hashem. This is how Hashem hardened the heart of Paro. How? By always leaving room for doubt, that Paro would say, maybe this is really just a game, this is just a trick, this isn't really actually from Hashem. And we'll see an exact example of this that Rabbi Yitzchak Arama brings specifically with the Arbe. How did this happen? The Pesukim detail exactly how the Arbe came into Mitzrayim and how they left. Vayet Moshe et Mateo al eretz Mitzrayim v'Hashem nihag ruach kadim ba'aretz kol hayom hahu v'chol halayla. God brought through a wind that brought the Arbe. And then when the Arbe were supposed to leave after the plea of Paro, Hashem ruach yam chazak me'od, and again there was this strong wind that came and carried the Arbe out, and immediately afterwards the pasuk says Vaychazek Hashem elev Paro, and Hashem hardened the heart of Paro. How did Hashem harden the heart of Paro? Says Rabbi Yitzchak Arama, Yirtzeh shechazik Hashem et libo ki nichnas blibo ruach. There's a lot of playing on the word ruach here. He made in Paro a drive of doubt and confusion. That this all happened through the wind. That this arbe that came through was not by God. It just happened to come through because a wind brought them, and then a wind let them out. But it was not from the hand or the spirit of or the motivation of Hashem. And this is what caused Paro's heart to harden. And from here you see an unbelievable thing, that no matter what Borei Olam will do to make you realize that, hey, wake up, stop doing what you're doing, or realize the true nature and the control of Hashem, there's always going to be room for a human being to make an error and to ignore the message that Hashem gives them. And this is for all of us a sign. If Paro, after all of these wonders, was not able to wake up, he was mahbidat libo, he hardened his heart by not looking at the signs. We all have to wake up and make sure to see the signs that Borei Olam provide for us. Another message from Rabbi Yitzchak Arama on the parasha. Please stay tuned as we learn next week Parashat Beshalach with the Akedah Yitzchak. Shabbat Shalom.